Thank you everyone for your patience who is in the audience here and everyone at home. We are now a slight technical problem, probably the weather, and we'll commence now. So welcome members and guests to this extraordinary meeting of the Council on Monday the 18th of May 2026. I am Councillor Peter James, Chairman of the Council, for a few more minutes. To let you all present know, we will consider the items of business at the extraordinary meeting first, and then move to the annual council meeting. Following this, we think probably about 6:45, maybe a bit later now. For those watching at home, we will continue on the same live stream. I would like to remind everyone present to use the microphones when speaking, not to speak too close to maintain the sound quality and we don't get full feedback. Maybe it's about here. If you go too far away, you can't hear. If you're too close, we get a bit of a feedback problem. So probably about, a full 18 inches away, if it helps everyone. Only 2 microphones on at any one time. Mine will be on most of the time, and another one when people. All of our electronic devices are switched to silent or switched off, and then that would be good. I'd also like to remind all members to make sure they've signed the attendance sheet. If you haven't signed now, please sign before you leave. If you cannot vote on any business if you've left the meeting whilst the item is being considered. You forfeit your vote there. And if you're leaving before the meeting ends, we will also need to sign out to record your sign of departure. Right, we're now commencing the extraordinary meeting. And item 1, please. This is a genuinely extraordinary meeting, and it's the first time that Harbour District Council will be appointing honorary aldermen and alderwomen to say thank you for their former service as councillors. The people we have here tonight have given eminent service to the council and its community over a number of years, and the council is being asked to appoint honorary alder status to the following former councillors: former councillor Roger Dunton, MBE, former councillor Blake Plain, and former councillor Janet Ackerley. And I would now like, we're having proposals for these and seconders, so I would like, and I'm going to ask for Councillor Philip Knowles to propose that Roger Dunton, MBE, receives the honorary alder status, and to say a few words if he would like to. Councillor
Thank you, Chairman. I'm delighted to do that. Surprised, but delighted that you asked me. I didn't realise we were doing that, but more than happy. I've, in point of fact, known all the people that are on this list for some considerable time. Some of them for many years, one of them for 40 years. Well, we'll come on to that one later. I'm delighted this evening to move Roger Dunton for the honorary status of alderman. I think it is an accolade that is something very special for any council to award. I know when Councillor Bannister originally raised this all those months ago as something that we might consider as a council, it raised a lot of interest amongst members. We wanted to know what it meant, how it worked, etc. And I absolutely pay credit to you, Councillor Bannister, for raising this. I've known Roger for many, many years. He served this community in all sorts of guises, from the fire service, which he gave extensive time to time of being a councillor, and much more. He's always been dedicated to our community, and I'm absolutely delighted to move that he actually receives this award. I would just like to say something about the 2 others, if I may, Chairman, and I'm not sure I'll be able to stand up and say anything unless you're going to tell me we can speak to each one, because I would like to just make a few comments about the other 2 recipients, if I may.
It's fine, Councillor Knowles. If you want to sit down, you can do that, and you can stand up and talk about the other ones later.
That's fantastic. So I'm very happy to move
this,
Chairman, and to put it before Council.
Thank you, Councillor Knowles. Do we have a seconder for Mr. Roger Dunton, please? We have Councillor Galton on the second there, so we can That's good. So we can present the award. So I think if,
We have a vote.
oh, we need to have a vote.
Yes.
Oh, do we have to vote? Okay, all right. No, there's no others. Right, okay. All those in favour of councillor Dunton being alderman? Thank you.
That's unanimous.
Looks unanimous. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we'll now move to the award. Present the award.
Do each in turn.
Each in turn. Right, okay, thank you. Right. There you are, Roger. Well deserved. Well done. We've had all the photographs downstairs, haven't we, really? So, and you can wear that now, wherever you want to wear it. Just a point. No, it doesn't mean anything. I know Councillor Dunton, of course, because I was an officer here when Councillor Dunton was here, and you were chair of leisure services, and I serviced leisure services from time to time. But the one thing I remember about Councillor Dunton, actually, because you were auxiliary fire officer, I got the word right. Retained, it was retained fire. And one day, I didn't know you so well then, but I got to know you because one day there was a fire alarm here, and all the tenders came. Do you remember? And we all stood outside across the road there waiting to see if we see the flames or what was going to happen. And out comes the front door, Councillor Dunton then with a piece of burnt toast. Do you remember that, Roger? I remember that.
We got paid for it.
Yeah, oh, of course. Yeah, okay. All the best, Roger.
That's
Thank you.
very kind. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Right, we're now going to move on to once Roger, you're back at your seat, Roger, yeah? Okay. Right, I would now like to ask Councillor Dr. Bremner to propose Blake Payne to receive the honorary alder status and to say a few words if you would like to. Yes, you're
Yes,
there. Paul, thank you.
It's a
Please
very
go
odd
ahead.
arrangement. You have to look at where everybody is. Blake was leader of Harbour District Council from 2013 to 2017. He was first elected in 2007 and in total had 12 years on this council. That ain't enough for this. There's a bit more. Blake took over the leadership of the council at a time of tremendous change. The Symington building was being transformed, and so everyone was moved out and was being into temporary accommodation. His executive, as it was called then, not cabinet, had to move to Lutterworth while the building was redeveloped. So it's no small feat by him as leader and all involved. Team is important, as you cannot lead in isolation. During his tenure, he also promoted local businesses and tourism. There was also the first redevelopment of the Market Hall, which won Best Market in the country, indoor market. And the High Street was nominated for the Best High Street. Didn't quite win the award, but it got to the final. So this evening, we recognise and appreciate Blake's service, leadership and commitment to Harbour District Council and the wider community. I'm about to say thank you, but there's a postscript from my wife. You'll wait for that. So we welcome you as alderman, and it's a message from Mosherina. My wife thinks you should be an MP. I nominate Blake Payne for alderman.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bremner. So we'd like to propose that Blake Payne has older status. Do we have a seconder, please? Councillor King. Do you like to say a few words, Councillor King? Please do.
Yes, Chair. Thank you. So congratulations to Roger earlier. So Blake and I, we go back a long way to 2007. We got elected at the same time. And there's a lot of stories I could tell about Blake, but we're in public and I can't do that. So, but what I would say about Blake is that he proved to be a very capable and skilled councillor. He was one of the youngest councillors in the country when he first got elected. So naturally that attracts a lot of people who want to know how he got elected and all of that. And he represented the residents of Lebanon, and then later on the county council, he represented them equally with his usual panache and verve, and he could conjure up a speak ad lib, which most of us can't do. We have to write things down, but Blake can just come up with it and sound like he's been practicing it for like days on end. Conversations with Blake usually started with, if we went out anywhere, usually started with, "Do you know I'm the council leader?" And that was a good and a bad thing sometimes. But what I would say about Blake, he was, and I'm sure he still is, a superb ambassador for this area, for Market Harbour and Lebanon, where his family have a long history of living and working and having businesses in the town and wider Leicestershire area. And as I say, not a lot of people know this, but Blake is actually was previously a very accomplished professional musician, and unfortunately through injury had to stop playing. But his passion for the performing arts and music in particular is one of those things that, as I say, a lot of people wouldn't know about. But I think alderman status, fantastic accolade for you, Blake, and it's truly deserved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor King. Okay.
Just wants to say a few words.
Oh, Councillor Knowles, yes, let's have a few words. Yes, please do.
Yeah, Chairman, it might seem a bit odd that I want to say a few words, but I do want to just offer sincere congratulations to Blake. We've had some tremendous tussles in this council chamber. We've argued and argued and then gone outside and had a coffee. I think this alder status is something that, as I said when he was presented to Roger, it's something very, very special, because it's the whole council that is awarding this. And I think that we are offering it to people that we feel have genuinely served this council well and served our communities well. And I'm absolutely delighted to see that you've got this, Blake. Many, many congratulations. I think it's a tremendous accolade and I'm really pleased. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much, Councillor Knowles. So we're now going to take a decision on this recommendation, and it's been proposed and seconded for Blake Plain. Those in favour?
I think that's unanimous again, if you're joining.
Unanimous again. So easy. Thank you. Okay. So, Blake, it's a great honour that we present you with alderman status for Market Harbour. Please come forward and accept your badge and scroll. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you. Can I say a few words?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, do I need a microphone?
Yes, to be fair.
All right. There you go.
Well, it's thank you, everyone. It's great to see so many familiar faces here, and thank you for your kind words across the board. It really is quite humbling, and it's humbling to receive this honour too, especially it's the inaugural honorarium that you're awarding this evening. So that's a great privilege and pleasure to receive. Can I just pay tribute and thanks to Councillor Bremner, Paul Bremner. Some fantastic words there. Thank you. You make me sound far grander and greater than I actually was. I note the message from your wife. There is a message from my wife too. She begs to differ, but but nonetheless, it was lovely words, and thank you for the nomination. It does feel somewhat premature to receive the honorary alderman sub 50 still, but that said, it is we all love the district. The Reverend at the beginning of the meeting mentioned what a fantastic district this is, and I think everyone in this room can attest to that. And it was a privilege just to play a little role in developing that district. So thank you very much for the award, and no doubt I'll say hello to many of you after the meeting. Thank you.
Well done. Just one quick word. You're a councillor for 12 years, yeah, and you got through the local plan, didn't you? That was amazing to do that from what we've been doing recently, to get through a local plan in 12 years. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, right. I would now, we move to the third Alder Ward. I would now like to ask Councillor Neil Bannister to propose that Janet Ackley receive the honorary elder status, and say a few words if you like, Neil.
Thank you very much, Chairman. And may I add my sincere congratulations also to Roger and to Blake on the award of Alderman status. Very well deserved in both cases. And I also want to give tribute to Councillor Knowles. Thank you for your generous comments regarding my idea that we reintroduce the older status at Harbour District Council. But to your credit, you took it up as the then leader of this council, and you delivered it. And now we're in the middle of a truly wonderful ceremony awarding well-deserved individuals. So thank you for that, Councillor Knowles. With regard to my friend, Jeanette Ackley, it is a privilege for me to be able to nominate her as Harbour District Council's first ever alderwoman and to enjoy the alder status. Jeanette has served the residents of Lutterworth for many years, both as a district councillor there and also as a town councillor, and indeed she has served 3 times as mayor of Lutterworth. Her first election to this council occurred in 2007, and typical of Jeanette, she wasn't present for the count because she felt that she couldn't ask for the time off work. So she wasn't able to experience that thrill that we all got to experience on our first election to this council. But as I say, that is typical of the character of Jeanette, that she put work first on that occasion. Fortunately, she was re-elected to be able to serve 4 complete terms before retiring in 2023. And during her time as district councillor, she served the council extremely well, chairman of scrutiny panels, member of the then executive, serving a number of administrations with distinction, giving sound advice and guidance, becoming vice chairman of this council, and then for the council year 2016 and 17, became chairman of this council, where she displayed great skill chairing the council, raising the profile of the district council in her civic role, together with raising funds for her chosen charity of the year. Jeanette was also appointed a magistrate in 1996, and as a now retired prosecutor, I'm sorry I never got to be able to argue cases in front of you, Jeanette, but we've had many useful discussions out of council about cases that we have known. And to much credit to Jeanette, over 50 years as a poppy seller for the Royal British Legion. She's also an active sportswoman, often seen Nordic walking around the town of Lutterworth. She enjoys kayaking, and she is a great promoter of women's sport. And indeed, as recently as yesterday afternoon, we exchanged a few messages about the great success of the women's rugby team on their winning of the Six Nations and the Grand Slam. So it is a privilege to be able to nominate Jeanette Ackley as Alderwoman of this council. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Councillor Bannister. Do I have a seconder for Councillor Rosita Page? Would you like to say a few words, Councillor Page?
Thank you very much, Chairman. All 3 candidates have been really worthy and have represented this council very well. Roger Dunton, in my opinion, has always For 20 years, I tried to follow in his footsteps to get a hydro pool, and it only took me 20 years. Blake Payne will always be remembered for his panache and good looks, which I never will catch up on. And Jeanette, words do not describe her. I am extremely pleased to second her. Councillor Bannister has left me nothing else to say other than she has been a great support, a good friend, and she is the only woman I know who can do 40,000 steps in one day. So I'll be honoured to second this appointment, and congratulations to all three candidates.
Thank you very much for seconding, Councillor Page. So we need to make a decision on this now. We have a proposer and a seconder. So those in favour of former Councillor Ackley, unanimous again?
With your vote, yes.
Yes, I got my vote. Yeah, sure. Okay, right. Okay then. So Jeanette, if you can come to the lectern again, we will. And the certificate too. Would you like to say a few words, Jeanette?
Yes, I would, thank you. I think we're just going to have a quick photograph.
Oh, all right. Okay, can I take my glasses? Okay. In other words, couldn't see them. Right. Oh, you got one, yeah. Okay. A few words, Jeanette.
Thank you very much. First of all, it is an honour to be presented with this, and really with the other two people who have served this council so well over so many years. So I feel honoured to be part of the trio, if you like. It has been an honour to be a member of the council and to do whatever I could to promote both Lutterworth and Harbour District. I did have the honour, as Neil said, of being chairman of the council, and you know what that's about.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very busy time, but it is a real privilege to be able to go around. And the one thing that really sticks in my mind from the year that I was the chairman was how many organisations there are in the district that are run because of volunteers. And I would really like to pay tribute to all of those people that do so much behind the scenes, if you like, for this district. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanette. So true there. I just want to say my main contact with Jeanette was 20 odd years ago when we were trying to get Lutterworth Sports Centre together. And I spent quite a bit of time in Lutterworth talking with Jeanette and other councillors. And we had a good partnership there. We had Lutterworth Town Council, District Council, Sport England and the Grammar School. And you were very instrumental in pulling all that together locally in Lutterworth, Jeanette. And I'll always remember that. So thanks for what you did. And we got the Sports Centre eventually, didn't we? All the best then. Are you okay to deal with that? Are you okay to manage that? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jeanette. Okay. Yeah. Right, now we have two other awards to present tonight. And these are separate awards, but they are in recognition of long service. We have a number of councillors actually who are putting in the long service, but we've got two councillors at the moment. There will be more, I'm sure, that we have a special award for long service and in recognition of the service they've given. So the first one we have is Councillor Simon Galton, and he's going to get a certificate of long service in recognition of his 40th anniversary. And I think, would you like to say few words? Councillor Knowles would like to introduce this. Yes, do that. And then Simon, a few words from yourself.
Well, Chairman, I don't know where to start with this really. I don't know whether to congratulate Simon on 40 years or apologise to Marie because his wife, because I was actually there on the night when he got elected 40 years ago. And obviously she's had to put up with it for 40 years with him being out weekends, nights and everything, delivering and doing casework. So congratulations to Simon and apologise to Marie, just to get that one in very quickly. It's rare to find someone who puts this length of time into a local council. I mean, 40 years is an incredible achievement. It really is. I'm also very pleased to say that Simon has been a friend of mine for all of that time. I don't say we've always agreed on everything, but he's always given me good advice as to why I'm wrong and he's right. So I've always accepted that. But the bottom line for me is this: he's always done everything with regards to the council with great honour and with great commitment to the community. And he's made sure that his area is well looked after. And I know that when we've gone through the most recent of battles, which we've all gone through, with regards to the local government reorganisation and the will of the city to possibly push their boundaries out, I wasn't sure to say whether you're pushing out into Harbour District or into Galton land, if you're going to start pushing out in those areas, because Simon's been a fierce defender of his residents. He's done an incredible job. So great credit to him, and we owe him a real sincere vote of thanks tonight for all the wonderful work he's done and for the genuine and honourable way that he's carried out that work for 40 years. So Simon, thank you very much. You've been a good friend, you still are. You're not dying yet, thank God. But as I say, many congratulations, and I'm very pleased to move that, Chairman.
Thank you, Councillor Knowles. And I think Councillor Galton, if we'd like to go to the lectern, I think we have the certificate, and if you'd like to say a few words, that will be good.
Second or a vote on this?
Oh, I didn't see we're voting on 40 years. No, okay. Seconder, please. We have a seconder for Councillor Galton.
Yeah, councillor Brown. Councillor Brown.
And now vote now then. Can we vote on that, please? 40 years service.
Thank you.
Unanimous. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Councillor Galton, that's it. I think you've seen it before, haven't you?
Thank you very much.
Would you like to say a few words, Simon?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really quite surprising to get this. Wasn't expecting it until a couple of weeks ago when I got an email from Democratic Services saying this was going to happen. So it's quite moving. 40 years, what can I say? It's a long time, but you know, there was a bit in Councillor Knowles' speech like this was the end. It's not the end. I'm still here. They're not quite getting rid of us yet, are they? We've got another 2 years before we're abolished. So I've seen tremendous change in this council and indeed in local government over that 40 years. I've managed to survive 6 chief executives, only 3 chief planning officers. That's because we didn't have one for 18 years. The original chief executive at first, if there was a difficult meeting to be had and it went on a bit and it got a bit fractious and a bit difficult, a bottle of whiskey would come out onto the table, and that was a solution to calm things down and get some things done. And it usually worked, actually, depending who was in the room. But you know, in those days, the things we did that we no longer do, you know, we ran council housing. We had 3,000 council houses. We were responsible for sewers in the district, and some would say we did a better job than private companies do now. We ran all our own services in-house: street cleaning, refuse collection, grounds maintenance, council house maintenance. We had, you know, over 150 employees, and we had, you know, full works direct service organisation. All that's changed. All that's gone. Yes, we've been given some new functions, particularly around in the environment and so on, but it does represent tremendous change. But to me, the most important thing is your residents and your ward. Yes, you come here to make decisions, but without your ward and without your base, and I've never got particularly nervous about making a speech here, but I do get nervous about making a speech at a big, full-blown public meeting, because that's where the residents are, and that's the most important thing. We should never forget that. So thank you very much. Thank you to the council for this award. As I say, I'm not quite going yet. We've perhaps got a little bit longer to survive before we're got rid of, but thank you very much for giving me this. I will just say one thing in closing, because Phil referred to my wife, couldn't have done anything without my wife actually served here for a while, and we kind of met here. And without her, none of that was possible. We both served on the council, and I just need to thank my wife and my family as well, because as you said, they have put up with me for a long time. Thank you.
Thank you, councillor Gold. We go back to 1988 when I had an interview here, and councillor Galton interviewed me. Do you remember that? Now, at that interview, I was quite impressed by councillor Galton. I don't know what he thought of me, but yeah, thank you. It was all about, for me, I was at Coventry City Council at the time as their chief technical guy in the building. It was the day of lease cars, and everybody wanted a lease car, and we wanted them at Coventry, and our fairly left-wing councillors, Labour councillors at Coventry weren't very keen on that. They didn't want officers going around in a flashy car telling the council house tenant you can't have your back gate finished because we've got no money. So we didn't get lease cars, but Harborough was advertising and they had lease cars, so I come along here and I get the job. I was really impressed with Councillor Galton because he sold the district so well. He was very concerned about all the changes with the workforce and the competition regulations and things like that, and really wanted to do his very best to hold the organisation together. And I was impressed with that commitment. So I came here. About a month later, Coventry arranged a lease car and wanted me to go back, and I wouldn't go back because of the commitment that Councillor Galton convinced me I should stay here and do some work. So that is a story that happened with me. So all the best. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we have one more. Now we move to our other councillor colleague who's had very long service, and I would like to suggest that Councillor Mrs. Rosita Page be awarded a certificate of long service. Councillor Page has served 25 years and since being elected on the Harbour District Council, and I'm really pleased that we can do this. Do I have a proposer for Councillor Mrs. Page? Councillor Simon Wellman, please go ahead, Simon.
Yes, thank you very much, and congratulations to you, Rosie, for your long service awards. When I was first elected to this council, Rosie was a terrific support to me and getting to know the ropes and learning everything, and she has continued to be a wonderful support to me and has been a great friend to me. She is massively dedicated to her ward. She's always, all hours of the night and day, answering emails, text messages, and even when we go out to the pub together, I'll say, Rosie, please, let's talk about Harborough now, and then we can get on to other things, but I guarantee we'll always go back to council issues, and that's just shows how dedicated she really is. So I'm delighted to propose this, and congratulations again to you, Rosie. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Wellman. Do I have a seconder, please? Councillor King, would you like to say a few words, Councillor King?
I will say a few words because I think the thing I could say about Rosie is that she is a tour de force in terms of local councillors, and as Councillor Wellman said, she's represented the residents of Ullisthorpe and in her wider role as county councillor for Lettsworth with complete dedication and energy across many trials and tribulations that have come along outside of the council. She has always put her residents above and beyond everything else that she does. So I think this is a fair recognition in her 25 years of hard work, literally hard work and graft that she's put in on behalf of those residents over many, many issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor King. Okay, we're making a decision here now. We have a proposal and a seconder for Councillor Mrs. Page. All those in favour? Wow, another unanimous decision. Shall we go to the lieutenants?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Would you like to say a few words? Sure you do.
And I'm going to keep it short.
Go ahead.
First, I was wondering whether this award was trying to tell Simon and me it's about time to retire. But I will keep it very short. I must thank all of the officers and all of the members, past and present, for putting up with me since 1999. It's a heck of a long time. And like Simon said, we have seen an awful lot of changes. Now, I don't think this award really, I don't deserve it. It is for the residents who really believed in me to re-elect me and believed in my dedication for all of the times I was there for them. And I do believe that, yes, this award is for the residents and my community. And I hope I can catch up with Simon and have another long stint doing so. Thank you all very much. And thank you, Phil and Simon, for the kind words. And thank you all, officers, and thank you, Peter. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosie. If I can just add a point there, when I was Chief Officer of Leisure Services and we had that committee, and under tragic circumstances, Councillor Mrs Page took over, you'll remember it well, at a crucial time when we were bidding for funding for the Lutterworth Sports Centre, and Councillor Mrs Page went on to deliver that for Lutterworth. Absolutely, I'm very proud of you over that, and I'm pleased to say that now. Thank you very much. And of course, 25 years ago, Councillor Page was a little girl, an inexperienced councillor, but my goodness, you had to step up there, didn't you, at that time? Thank you very much. Okay. With her. Okay, well, we've finished our extraordinary meeting agenda, and we're going to proceed directly on to the annual council meeting of this tonight. I think we're just circulating some committee appointments. Is that correct? Before we start.
So Ella's just popping out to get them and she'll.
Okay, so just take a break for a moment, and we'll just circulate some information. Oh, we've got paperwork.
It's just the final committee appointment proposals. So we've got.
And they will come, yeah, and they will come on a bit later, yeah. Yeah, yeah, okay. Tell me when we're, oh, yes, when is it? Okay, so we're here. So when Bertie is in the chair, I will move over to there. I want to move over to, yeah, okay,
We need a hand moving stuff or so.
yeah, sorry.
No, it's no.
Okay.
Okay, we're all settled. We all got the paperwork. Good, thank you very much. Right, item 1 on the annual council agenda. And the first item is the election of the chairman for our year 2026-2027. So I will now call for nominations for chairman for this year and 27. Councillor Wellman.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to nominate councillor Buddy Anderson for the position of chair. Thank you. Do you want me to say a few words now? Can I say a few words?
Yeah, you're welcome to, councillor Wellborn, if you'd
Yes.
like to, yes.
Yeah, just to say that the Conservative group is delighted to support you, Buddy, in your nomination to be chair of the council. You have served with great distinction on a scrutiny chair. You've let each and every member have their say and have been extremely fair and open and honest in the way you have conducted that, and also in the same way that you've conducted your role as vice chair. And so we're very much looking forward to you to bring those same qualities to the position of chair. And I think you will do a good job for the whole of this council. We're also looking forward to the work that you're going to do for your charity, which I know means a great deal to you personally, for Loros, and we all look forward to supporting your efforts to making hopefully a lot of money for that charity. Thank you.
Thank you, councillor Wellborn. Do I have a seconder for that appointment? Councillor Joe Asher. Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, I'd like to say a few words if I can. So myself and Buddy were elected together in 2023 as brand new councillors. I think both of us didn't really know the full scale of what we were getting into. But since then, we've worked closely together, shared many experiences, and most importantly, shared many of the same values about public service and what being a councillor should actually mean. Like me, Buddy enjoys the civic side of being a councillor, meeting residents, attending community events, and talking to people from all walks of life. He understands that this role is about representing everyone in our communities, listening to people and bringing others together. I'm sure Buddy will excel in this role because he approaches it with genuine passion, respect for others, and a strong sense of duty. I also know this means a great deal for Buddy for personal reasons, which makes tonight even more special. Those who know him will understand just how much pride he will take in serving the council and the wider community in this position. Importantly, Buddy has already shown through his time as chair of scrutiny that he can lead with confidence, integrity and fairness without allowing politics to get in the way of doing what is right. Those qualities are essential in a role such as this. I have every confidence that Buddy will represent this council with dignity, professionalism and compassion, and I know he will make an excellent chair. Thank you.
Thank you, councillor Asher. So we have one nomination for chairman. No more? Okay. Okay, there are no other nominations. So I declare that councillor Buddy Anderson is elected as chairman for the municipal year 2026-2027. So we move over now. Yeah. Are you going to hang on to that? Yeah, that's fine.
You might just say, so you're going to go to the lectern to receive the chains.
All right,
Hand
yeah.
over the chains.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so councillor Anderson, if we go to lectern, we can on the chain over. But that puts it probably. Yes, okay. There's a chain. There you go. Okay, magic. And let's just put it straight here. Needs to be. That's it. It's got the white.
Thank you.
Okay, well, congratulations.
I, councillor Buddy Anderson, having been elected to the office of chairman of Harbour District Council, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. Thank you, councillors. What an honour. I have a few words that I will say later on. For the time being, thank you, Councillor Wellband, for your kind endorsement, and also to Councillor Asher. Your words are very humbling, so thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. So I've now vacated a seat over there that needs fulfilling. So item 2 on the agenda is for the election of vice chairman.
Next page. It should be 6-7.
So the vice chairman for year 2025 to 2020.
26, 27. It's a typo on your notes.
Okay, sorry, apologies, a typo. For 2026, 2027, can I have any nominations, please? Councillor Wellband.
Yes, thank you very much. I would like to nominate Councillor Peter Scott as Vice Chair for the forthcoming municipal year. Peter and I have only known each other relatively recently, actually, since the Glen by-election. But since then, I have known him to be a champion for his ward. He is diligent in his service to his residents, and I know that he will bring the same to the district as Vice Chair. And I know that it means a great deal to him, and we all support him in the Conservative group to do so. So I would like to propose Councillor Peter Scott for Vice Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Wellband. Do I have a seconder? Councillor King.
Yes, thank you, Chairman, and congratulations on your appointment. Yes, I'm very pleased to second Councillor Peter Scott to be Vice Chairman for the year 26-27. As Councillor Wellband mentioned, Peter only got elected last year in March in a by-election in the Glen ward, but I've been working with him over the last 15 months or so, as in my role as the County Councillor for the Gartree Division, and he's a very enthusiastic, energetic, and very diligent, as the leader said, representative for his area, but also for the wider Harborough district. And I think he will be able to discharge this duty and this role with the same energy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor King. Do I have any other nominations? Councillor Knowles.
Nomination. Just a few words, if I may. Just to say that Councillor Scott, we haven't always seen eye to eye. We've had a few debates, let's put it that way, but you've always done them with sincerity, and you've always done them with the best for your residents in mind. And I'm absolutely sure that in the post of Vice Chairman, you'll do exactly the same thing for the best for the whole of the district. But I think it's also important to say that it does, I think, need somebody just to say tonight that, of course, you're going to probably now be the last chairman of Harborough District Council next year, which is an incredible honour. And you'll be the person really that has to lock the doors and turn off the lights as we all leave. So my congratulations, and I didn't want to let the occasion go by without passing those few words, because I do believe that you'll do this role with great integrity, and integrity is a very important thing.
Are there any other nominations for Vice Chairman? Therefore, I declare that Councillor Peter Scott is elected as Vice Chairman for the year of 2026 to 2027.
I, Peter Scott, having been elected to the office of Vice Chairman of the Harborough District Council, declare that I take that office upon myself, and I will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. Thank you. Thank you, fellow councillors. I'm genuinely honoured that you have placed your trust in me by electing me as Vice Chairman of Harbour District Council. And I want to express my sincere appreciation to colleagues across all groups for your support. This role is a privilege and I will approach it with the respect, fairness and commitment it deserves. I look forward to working with the Chairman and with all councillors and with our officers to represent this district with dignity and to serve our communities to the very best of my ability. Thank you again for this confidence. I will do my utmost to justify it. Thank you.
Okay, so we move on to the main body of our agenda now. So item 5, I believe. So this will be the declarations of members' interests. Do any members have any interest to declare on any item of business on the agenda? If so, please can you let me know which number of the item and whether the interest is disclosable? Yes, any interest to declare? No, there are none. We'll move on to therefore, item 6, the minutes of annual council meeting held on the 19th of May 2025, which you should have in your agenda pack. Is the council in agreement that the minutes of the annual council meeting held on the 19th of May 2025 are an accurate record of the meeting and can be signed as a true record? Go ahead, Councillor Webber.
Yeah, happy to propose that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no dissent.
Okay, therefore I will sign the minutes. Item 7, a vote of thanks to the retiring chairman. And I can tell you, as his vice chairman, he worked extremely hard. I practically had to beg him to allow me to do anything for him. So that is testament to what a hard-working man he was. Now, could I ask for a councillor to propose the vote of thanks to the retiring chairman? Councillor Knowles.
Well, what can you say about Peter James's year of office? I think it's been absolutely remarkable. I know that the one day alone, I think the officers will testify to this, he did 3 events in one day because we were trying to follow him round from the petanque courts to the tennis courts to everywhere else and the memorial gardens and whatever. Peter's been an absolute credit, a remarkable credit to this district. We have been friends for a very, very long time, but he has carried out his role on behalf of this council, right across the council, right across the district and beyond the district, with incredible dignity and great dedication. Being chairman of this authority or of any authority is not something that anybody should take lightly. And I know that he certainly didn't. He gave it 110%, if that's at all possible. I know I've had many late night phone calls from him when he said, I've just got back from here or there, or I've just stopped off and got a curry because I've had 2 events on tonight. And that's been at sort of 11 o'clock at night. So his dedication has been absolutely remarkable. We owe a great deal of thanks to you, Peter, for the incredible job that you've done. We really do appreciate every day that you've provided service to this council. It's remarkable what you've done, and thank you very much indeed. And I'm very happy to formally move the vote of thanks.
Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Galton.
Yes, thank you, Chair, and congratulations to your new position as Chairman of the Council. I just want to say a couple of words in seconding the vote of thanks to Peter James. As Councillor Knowles has said, what a phenomenal year in terms of the number of events that he's attended. You can't possibly name them. I did ask Peter which was his most, but he couldn't actually tell me the one he enjoyed most doing. But just to reflect, I think it probably would be when he went to present a resident of the district who was 100 years old. Peter went along to do that, and then I think you referred to the Chinese dinner that you hosted and how much you enjoyed that. And then quite recently you came up to our ward to open the Houghton Pavilion and to cut the ribbon there. That was a very good occasion. And in fact, one of the organisers actually went and gave you a kiss, didn't you? In fact, you were coming at the end, so that was perhaps something quite different. But What a year of achievement as the chairman of the council. You've been to every corner of the district. You've met a lot of people and you've been a real ambassador for the council, and hopefully now you'll get a bit of a rest. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Galton. Is there any other members who would like to speak? Councillor Asher?
Yeah, I'd just like to add my thanks to Peter. I did attend some of his events and they were great fun. We had the bowling and then we had the Thai restaurant, which was great fun. And I think what shone out the most at the Thai restaurant was the various people from all across the district with their chains on, and they were from all different political spectrum, but you wouldn't know because everyone had such a good night and politics wasn't spoken about, and we had a great time. And I think it just showed how well Peter was thought of by the other parties and the other chairs across the district, and I think that is a great accolade to him. So I'd like to just give my thanks to Peter, and I have really enjoyed the events that I've attended.
Thank you, Councillor Asher. Councillor Wellband?
Yes, thank you. Just want to place on record thanks myself and the Conservative Group for all you've done, Peter. I know you've put a lot into this year and a lot into your charity, and that is to be commended. So we thank you for your service, Peter, and yeah, good luck post-chair.
Thank you, everyone. Councillor James, would you like to join me at the lectern?
Oh, of course, we've got this, yeah, yeah. Okay. This won't do my back any harm, will it? Okay, thank you very much. Oh, it's stood. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. My goodness, thank you for those words. I'd just like to say a few words. Yeah, it has been a very busy year. Sarah's just sort of, we've updated today, and I think it's 62 events, so it's more than one a week, and there were some times when it was a Friday and a Saturday and Sunday. But it was all good work, all good charity work. I want to thank certain people. I want to thank the Reverend Andy Murphy. Oh, he's still here. Yep, good. For being my chaplain and for making available your church for 2 big events that we did. I really do appreciate that. I ought to thank the Little Bowden Bowls Club because they've given me quite good financial support all through this year. And of course, my consort, Chris. I mean, Chris and I worked together. Actually, she worked for me, but we worked together, didn't we, really? Over 20 years ago, when Chris was with me in Leisure Services, achieved a huge amount, a lot of work that Chris did. The Farmers Market, for example, is still running. The Harbour in Bloom is still running, and Chris was very instrumental in those. And it's been a great pleasure to work with Chris again, almost as though it was just the day before. So I've really appreciated that. We started off the year really with Smile Train, who actually, I'll talk about them a bit more in a moment, but who actually did their 2 millionth cleft palate operation this year, and we were invited to celebrate that with them at the Royal College of Surgeons down in London. That was a good start. Throughout the year, we've met Princess Anne, William and Kate, and Zara, so that was quite a pleasant thing to do. And as Councillor Galton said, he was asking me to think of the best one, and in many ways it was the lady who was 100 years old, and her family wanted me to present her with a card from the district council, which we did, and she'd already got one there alongside from the King, so that was very pleasant as well. I think, my fellow chairs across Leicestershire, we came together as a very good team, and as I think Councillor Asher said there, the whole year we never discussed politics once, none of us, and we're all from different political perspectives, but we that was out of the way, and we had a really good time, all of us together. just at the end there as well, I really must thank Sarah Hamilton here, who is my PA. It's really nice to have a secretary again. I used to have one when I worked here, and you don't have them anymore. I do feel sorry for the directors. Sarah's put huge effort into organising a lot of my events, and I really appreciate that, Sarah. That's to be a lasting memory. And I suppose the most lasting memory for the District Council is all the people you meet, all the people who are working with and leading charities. There are so many good people in this district and so many people doing good work, and I think we can all be proud of that. And you know, we help that in a way with grants and things like that, so it's so important we keep that going. And then just a few words about my my Smile Train charity, because we're very pleased to announce today that we've raised over now £2,000 for the Smile Train charity that does the cleft palate operation for children around the world, mostly in Asia, but who do that work. And it's absolutely life-changing. I've been working with that charity for more than 20 years. We've raised £2,000 to do that life-changing operation. It costs about £250. Surgeons give their time free, but medication wherever you are in the world is expensive. And of course, the parents have to come. If it's the Philippines, we have to get them in from islands and things like that. We've raised £2,000, and I'm so pleased with that, because what that means is there are 8 children around the world who are going to benefit. 8 children who will no longer look in the mirror and cry. 8 children who will be able to eat and speak and hear normally. 8 children who will no longer be excluded from school or bullied at school. And 8 groups of parents who will no longer feel ashamed in some places, will no longer hide their child away. They will be proud of their child at last, and that is the most important thing I can think of. 8 children, we won't know them, but they're going to benefit of that. So thank you, Chairman. That's enough for me to say. Oh, we have 1 or 2 more things to do, actually. Yeah, 1 or 2 things to do. So Chris was my consort. She's been a great help and support to me. She's been a good sat-nav when other things have gone wrong and got me to the right place, so I appreciate that. And so as a reward for this, oh, thank you, Sarah. So Chris, if you'd like to come up and join me. Thank you. Oh, amazing flowers. And we know what that is. Okay, Chris. Well, we know you like flowers. Is that right? It smells very nice. There you go. And we have a bottle of wine. It's rosé wine. It's Provence rosé, isn't it? South France. Yeah, we know. Right. Chris, would you like to just say a few words?
Thank you, Peter. It's been a privilege to be with Peter on virtually all of these events that we've been to, and all the other chairmen and mayors have been really so nice. We've made a super team. I also have to thank my husband, Gordon, for letting me out, you know, to go to
I have to thank Gordon as well, actually.
And being chauffeur more than once. It made Peter feel better because a lot of these chairmen and mayors have chauffeurs anyway.
We don't have one here. We don't have a car here. They all have cars, you know.
So it made him feel a bit more important.
We have mileage allowance.
But yes, thank you for asking me, and I hope it did it justice.
Thank you very much, Chris. You're okay to handle that?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
now
you very much.
I've got one more. I've got one more thing to do. So. I mentioned earlier that my PA, Sarah Hamilton, was, I couldn't have got through this, Sarah, without you at all. There's no way I could have done it all. Sarah's organising ability is absolutely brilliant. She worked hard on my civic service. She worked hard on my final concert. You could get a job in the West End doing a musical or something, Sarah. So I really would like Sarah to have an award from me. If you'd come and take it, please. Okay. Okay, thank you, buddy, and I'll sit down. Cheers. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Okay, item 9, on the agenda is the chairman's announcements. And that's me. I have prepared a few words, just a few, to express my gratitude to you all. I am perhaps the first openly neurodivergent chairman of Harbour District Council. And I hope my term in this office not only challenges the stigma around autism and ADHD, but celebrates its strengths. Because although I've faced difficulties along the way, here I am today as Harbour's first citizen, which is undoubtedly one of the proudest moments of my life. I look forward to meeting the residents of our community at a number of civic events throughout the year, as well as overseeing a well-organised, respectful and fair debate at these meetings of the full council. Thank you, colleagues, for this wonderful honour. So I would like to begin by congratulating Peter Scott as Vice Chairman. I really look forward to working for you across the year. And during my year in office, my chaplain duties will be carried out by the Reverend Hills Corcoran of St Peter and St Paul in my ward of Great Bowden. Although I say this, I haven't actually asked her yet, but I'm hoping she'll be available. If not, my dad is in the audience and he's a reverend, but so he can always fill in. I'm looking forward to holding a carol service, a civic service, and at least 2 fundraising events in support of Loros, my chosen charity. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about why they are my chosen charity. Last spring, my brother-in-law Dan was diagnosed with stage 4 esophageal cancer, just 9 months after marrying Bethan and 4 weeks after the arrival of his first child, Rex. We were heartbroken. Dan was a brave man and endured chemotherapy over the summer, but by the autumn it had become clear that the cancer had progressed. The treatment was stopped so that he could focus on the time he had left. Dan wanted to spend his final moments in the care of a hospice, and on a Friday in December, the family knew that time was approaching. It sadly took 2 days for a bed to become available, which was incredibly stressful experience for his family. But on the Sunday, he was taken to Loros. Bethan says the care he received there was truly incredible. He was treated with such kindness, respect and dignity, and the support they gave to our family meant so much during such a difficult time. I was able to witness firsthand the truly compassionate care the staff at Loros provide, because on Tuesday, the 9th of December, I visited the hospice myself. I said goodbye to Dan, and later that evening he passed away, aged just 34. Last year, Loros faced a £2 million deficit, which forced them to cut provision for patients and their families. The brutal reality of these cuts is that people are waiting longer for care. People at the end of their lives don't have time to wait. Loros relies on voluntary donations for 80% of its funding, and every penny that we can raise is making life a little bit better for local families during some of their most difficult times. And I hope you will all support me in supporting Loros. Thank you. Item 10 on the agenda is the appointment of representatives of outside bodies for 2026-2027, which starts on page 15. And I will invite Councillor Welband as leader to present the report.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Sorry, it was a boring part of the meeting. Each year we have to review the appointment of members to outside bodies. However, as most of the bodies are appointed or on a 4-yearly basis or are for Cabinet to appoint, at this time we only need to consider the appointment of members to the Police and Crime Panel. When making this appointment, we have to give due regard to the political balance across the whole county. Officers have been liaising with the County Council, who have suggested that it would be acceptable for us to appoint either a Green Party member or a Conservative Party member to the panel. With this in mind, I would like to propose that we adopt the recommendations in this report, including the appointment of Councillor Michael Rickman to the Police and Crime Panel. And just a note to say that Councillor Rickman has agreed to join the Cabinet. We'll circulate his full portfolio shortly, but he'll be looking primarily after community safety. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Wellband. Do I have a seconder? Councillor King?
Yeah, happy to second that, Chair.
Does anybody wish to speak on this report? Okay.
Well, you have a right reply, but no one's spoken, so we can move to the vote.
Okay, we will just move to the vote then. So if you're in favour, please raise your arm. Okay. That's unanimous and that's carried. Item 11, draft rota of meetings for 2026-2027. Once again, Councillor Wellband, I'll ask you to present the report, please. Thank you.
Yeah, simple report this time. Over the past week, I know a number of members have contacted me and officers about some changes that we might need to make. So the couple we are proposing to make are the first full councils. The first full council from the 13th of July to the 6th of July, with the corresponding group meetings moved to the week before. Secondly, to move the proposed extraordinary meeting from the 1st of June to the 8th of June. I have confirmed that officers are happy with that and it is workable. There may be some later changes we need to make further in the year, but we will deal with them as and when. So with those two small changes, I hope councillors can support. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Wellband. Can I have a seconder? Councillor King?
Yeah, happy to second as outlined. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor King. Would anybody like to speak on the draft rota of meetings? What did we vote on?
Yeah, we can just move on to the vote.
Yeah, once again, if you're in favour, please raise your arm. Okay, that's unanimous and that is carried. Item 12, we now move to item 12 of the agenda, which is the annual scrutiny report on page 41 of the agenda pack. Now, Councillor Finan would have been due to present this report. However, he has sent apologies and is not at the meeting. That leaves me, as the former chair of Scrutinies and Communities Scrutiny Panel, to unusually present the report myself. I hold my hands up and say I was not expecting to do this. I have absolutely nothing prepared. But I will keep it short and sweet. I am very happy with the report, and I believe on scrutiny we have done some great work in the last year. We have made real progress thanks to particularly the officers on being able to feed back to the panel exactly how some of those recommendations work. I hope that my successor and those panels are able to build on the work we've done. Scrutiny is a vital part of how a council functions. And that is all I really need to say on the scrutiny report, but I would like a seconder.
Yes, happy to second that, Chair.
Thank you very much, Councillor Bateman. Anybody wish to speak on the scrutiny report?
Just the noting.
Okay, that is just noted and we will move on. Item 13, annual report of the monitoring officer on changes to the constitution, which is on page 59 of the agenda. Councillor Wellband, I invite you to present the report.
Yes, thank you very much. Another straightforward report. It sets out the changes we've made to the constitution during the past year and the work we may need to undertake in the next year. Propose the recommendations. Just to note, there is a reference in the report about the government's proposals to reform the local government standard system. We were expecting it in the King's speech. We didn't have it in the King's speech, but I'm sure in due course that the Audit and Standards Committee will be making their view on this very soon. Right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Wellband. Can I have a seconder? Councillor King?
Yeah, happy to second that report, Chair.
Thank you very much. Anybody wish to speak on this report? Okay, all those in favour of the report, please raise your arm. She's gone.
They did have their hand up over there.
That is also,
There was one member didn't vote, so you just need to.
who was that?
The night.
Did you vote, councillor Knight, or did you abstain? You did vote, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, therefore that's also unanimous and that is carried. Item 14, is it item 14 or item 13? Okay. Item 14 of the agenda, which is the establishment of committees, calculation and application of political balance in committee appointments for 2026-2027. It may be the case there are multiple nominations for the committee chair positions, and if that is the case, I will expect that we vote on the first set of recommendations in the report and then vote on the specific committee chair roles if there is more than one nomination. Councillor Wellban, would you like to present the report?
Yeah, only to propose the recommendations. Thank you.
Thank you. Could I have a seconder? Councillor King?
Chair, happy to second and to reserve my rights if there's a debate. Thank you.
And that includes proposal of what was circulated just now to members of the committee.
So that includes the paper that has been circulated prior. Does anybody wish to speak on this report? Okay. Therefore, we just go to the vote. Okay, so those are in favour of the committee places. That is unanimous. Okay, so I would like to thank everybody for attending this evening, including my consort, Chloe, and all guests. I would now like to invite councillors, your guests, and all the honorary aldermen and alderwomen to enjoy a buffet in the customer service area downstairs. I would draw this meeting to a close and the time is 7:56.